A 5-year-old was mauled and bitten all over the body by ferocious dogs. A very pleasant good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is very disturbing. There are two things about this case that we need to address. First, the fact that we have ferocious animals actually living in yards that are not properly secured. And most time they break out, even if the yard is secured to a certain extent, sometimes they break out and these dogs do damages. Now, can you imagine a pack of wild animals? Because a dog is actually an animal, a wild animal, that bite a young 5-year-old all over the body, head, buttocks, arm, legs, everywhere. A matter of fact, this youngster is seriously and critically ill in the St. Anne's Hospital. Now let's go to the newspaper, the Jamaica Gleaner, for this one. Let's take a listen. A 5-year-old boy is battling for his life in the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital after being mauled by dogs in St. Baker near Alexandria on Sunday. He has been identified as Mickele Allen of a St. Baker address in St. Anne. The St. Anne police is confirming the incident, said the boy was sent to the shop by his grandmother, Lynette Brown, around 1:30 p.m. to purchase items. On his way home, Mickele was attacked by a pack of dogs belonging to neighbors. The police reported that he was bitten on the head, legs, arms, and back. The 5-year-old boy was later transported to hospital by ambulance, where he is admitted in a very serious condition. Photos obtained by the Gleaner show the little boy on the ground with his pants torn off, shirt soaked in blood, and torn flesh from his arm and head, where he appeared to have been bitten more severely. Head of the St. Anne Police Superintendent Carlos Russell told the Gleaner that it was unclear who owned the dogs. Nobody can confirm who owned the dogs. I heard they are mongrels, Russell said. We have to continue investigation to see if we can find out if anybody knows who owned these dogs, he added. Efforts by the Gleaner to get in touch with the boys' relatives on Sunday were very unsuccessful. The incident comes even as the government seeks to enact the Dogs Liability for Attack Act 2020, which would make the owners of dogs criminally responsible for attacks. Under the act, it is proposed that owners of dogs that attack and injured persons could be fined from $500,000 to $3 million, or face imprisonment for periods ranging from 6 months to 15 years. The law would also shoulder dog owners with the responsibility of taking precautions to protect the public from their dogs. Late last month, Justice Minister Delrod Chuck faced pushback from some parliamentarians that the proposed law's treatment of the word attack was too sweeping, implicating even non-physical harm and threatened overreach. That advocacy found a favor with Jalil Dabdou, president of the German Shepherd Club. It cannot be imposed in a manner in which the definition of the nexus of the crime is an attack. The word attack is too broad, said Dabdou, who's also an executive member of the Jamaica Kennel Club. He also lobbied for consideration of mitigating factors for civil and criminal liability, among them provocation. The proposed law defines dog owner as the person who occupies premises where a dog is kept, as custody and care of the dog when the injury occurred, or who caused the dog to be in the public place where the injury occurred. For years, Jamaicans have been subjected to sporadic dog attacks in public places with little or no help from the Dogs Liability for Injuries Act of 1877. Under this act, dog owners could be charged and fined in the court based on the judge's discretion. However, after a pit bull attack on a female teacher last year, severely injuring her and leaving her hospitalized for an extended period, the government moved early this year to repeal that legislation and table the Dawgs Liability Act of 2020. With the act still to be passed, the police will be unable to prosecute the owners, according to Russell, as the matter would have been treated as a civil matter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a number of problems here. I'm not trying to come down on the parent or the guardian of this poor little 5-year-old boy, because an accident is an accident. But how can you send a 5-year-old to the shop? It's impossible for us to take our little children and send them out. I've seen parents taking children, sending them into a bar to buy rum, sending them into a shop to purchase cigarettes. It is against the law. It is against the law when you take up your child, a baby, and send them out in the streets to face certain death if you are not careful. That could easily be a motor vehicle accident where this poor little baby was run over by a car. But can you imagine the feeling, the anguish, the pain, the suffering, the trauma, the fright that this little 5-year-old must have gone through to be ripped apart like a rag doll? What are we doing with these laws? Why are these laws taking so long to be passed? Come on, we need to wake up. Whoever is responsible, whichever legislator, whichever clergyman, whichever judge, whoever sits on the panel to pass these laws, you better get off your butt and do it ASAP. Our people are being attacked, and that's the word we have to use. When 4 or 5 or 2 or 1 vicious dog confront a person, that is an attack. These dogs are dangerous, and especially when they're moving in packs, they're even more dangerous because they're strength in numbers. Pit bulls should be outlawed, period. We shouldn't even have pit bull in Jamaica. What are we doing with these man-made dogs? What are we doing with these animals that cannot be trained? These dogs cannot be tamed. And no matter how you pet them and you have them in your secured home and so on, and you think there's a pet, if you don't feed them one of these days, guess what? They're going to turn and eat you up. We need some actions on this one. We need immediate actions on this one. This little boy lies in an hospital bed today, Monday morning, suffering from dog bites. Wake up, Jamaica. Wake up, Jamaica. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and make your comment. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, now is the time to do so. Thank you very much for watching.